mute there.
Told you I have a lot of questions in segment 3.
So beer number 3 is not a beer at all. It's a cider. So I got Sweetland Orchard Rustic Apple.
Oh, that looks.
It is let's call it a semi-sweet cider made from a blend of fresh pressed apple juice with one of their other ciders. I chose a cider for this one intentionally because there was one quote. Let me pull this up so I can say it. I don't have exactly the quote here. I've got sort of paraphrase from it of out of the dark and into the light she shines. So it's like taking a rough past and turning it into something golden.
Right.
A good cider, a traditional cider, is not made from the apples that we buy in the store to eat. Those are referred to as dessert apples in the cider business. Some ciders do use them, but a traditional cider uses more heirloom apple varieties, cider apple varieties, that are not good for eating. They're often called spitters because you don't want to eat them. They're highly acidic. They're really tannic. They're very bitter. Some are really high in sugars, so they're very sweet. And it's by combining a blend of these different, like, inedible apples that you come up with a really sublime cider. So it is taking these things that are spitters, things that you don't want, and turning it into something that's beautiful. I mean, I gotta say, I love cider. So
That's very philosophical.
I love that.
I'm pairing 2 readings. That's what I do.
Well, I think that's a great rationale. So cheers. A little bit tart, but I like it.
You found the Sweetland?
No.
No, of course not. This one's semi-sweet, so it's not a little bit tart.
But it is dry apple cider. So did yours say yours is dry?
No, this is semi-sweet. What did you find?
I found Freewheeler dry apple. What's he got? A penny farthing there on his on the can?
Oh, okay. So that one, that's like a beer cider.
Okay.
Made in part with sorghum fermented or sorghum based beer.
So I'd probably like yours better.
Probably.
If it's sweeter, I would like it better. I can guarantee.
I prefer a more dry cider than this, but this is a really good cider.
Well, so if only we could just, switch them through the computer. I'd probably like it better, and you might like mine better. But
no, I think I would like this better than what you have.
Really? Okay. Well, I like it best of the 3, so that's something. I hate it the least. No, actually, I like it. Can you tell us a little bit about The Girls Are Gone and how you got involved with that?
Sure. So The Girls Are Gone is another true crime story, which I co-authored with Michael Broadcorp, who at the time that we were meeting was reporting for the Star Tribune on this case, which is about a family, a divorce, and 2 girls who went missing in the middle of their parents' very bitter divorce. Interestingly, it was 9 years ago today, almost to the minute,
Wow.
that the girls went missing. So it was April 19th, 2013. And I was a paralegal in the law firm that was representing the father of the girls and the husband in the case. There were five total children in the family, and only 2 went missing. And so the book details the court case, talks about the girls going missing, kind of how it happened, the people who were involved, and there were criminal trials. And I like to say The Girls Are Gone is a true crime with a happy ending. And people can draw from that, what they want. I hate to give too many spoilers, but
Right.
there's no murder, which is in true crime, I think sometimes people see true crime and they think, well, this is a murder case. And that's not what The Girls Are Gone is.
Right, right. But it's a good story. What will you write fiction based on your experiences from here on out, given that you're paralegal? You must have seen a lot, or will you sort of stick with true crime, actually telling the stories that you experienced?
That's a really good question. Some of this stuff is just so wild, like truth is stranger than fiction so many times. I've seen some interesting stuff.
Yes.
And I find people come to me with those stories. So, I'm talking with a woman right now who has just another incredible story, and it's hard to think fiction when there are all these, nonfiction stories out there that are real, that can be as just unbelievable as fiction. Fiction writing for me is so hard because you have to create it. And here are these real life stories that happen.
Right. People are walking into your office and paying you to get their stories. One of the things I was curious about is I looked into all of this, David Rookie and his wife, Sandra. The book is written from David's perspective. So of course, I, as a reader, I'm told he's innocent. I believe it. But I did see that there are plenty of people who believe Sandra's perspective, that she was just trying to protect her children from this evil, awful father. When he walked into your law firm, did you, as lawyers, paralegals, take it because it's a case, or was there something that inspired you to say he's the one who's telling the truth?
The very first time, first of all, none of that was happening yet. The allegations of abuse against the children, that wasn't there when he walked in. When David walked into the law firm where I worked, he came in with his sister, and you could tell from looking at him that he had experienced something awful. And that, where this whole case kind of got rolling was his wife had convinced him to sign paperwork that essentially divorced them, but in that gave her everything, including their children. And so this was a man who was devastated. And there was no question among any of us in the office that he was, that he wasn't telling the truth. He was so devastated. I don't even know what other word to use. That's just